y'all. Happy Friday. Happy preparation for your Sabbath. It's the weekend, baby. Anyway, you guys know on Fridays, I like to give you guys something to do that's going to help you prosper in your future or your near future to come. And earlier, I read my short from Job, chapter 12, verse 2. KJV version reads as follows. No doubt, but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. You guys, we must understand that wisdom shall die with us. And if we have not taken the time to educate ourselves, right, from a person or a generation that had all the wisdom, then we just going to be dumbfounded from the generations to come. Because remember, we knew before, how things could take place or how things could be solved, with our grandparents or our generations before, right? Who was old-fashioned, who was hands-on, only the strong survive, right? And who taught us all these things, who taught us, how to strive through life. But if we didn't take the time to learn from that, now you're just all alone because that generation has passed and most of them are extinct. And now we're at a new day and all things have changed. All things are new. And it's not like, hands-on and old-fashioned and ancient techniques that can help you, but it's quick things that's going to break quickly, bend quickly, fall quickly, and fail quickly. But if you took the time to learn that knowledge and wisdom from your grandma or the generation before, then you all good because you can walk through life stridely, purely, transitionally in a smooth manner, and people will be looking at you like, how she know all that? Man, how you know all that? And you're going to think to yourself, thank you, generation before this, or thank you, grandma and grandpa. Thank you for taking the time to teach me, to learn these things, because right now, today, I need this knowledge, and I got it. Anyway, you guys, the sad part is when a person dies or a generation dies, all of their knowledge, wisdom, practicability, recipes, mentorship, advice, love, compassion, sincerity, help, yes, all of their help dies along with them. And now because others never took the time to learn all of their wisdom when they had the chance to, now only mourn, thinking about everything that they will miss about that generation or person, because it ain't really no one else out here or another generation that can replace that person or help them like that person helped them when they were alive. So you guys, I want you to ask yourself, right? Because that generation is now extinct. But now that generation, probably, my grandma generation, during her generation, and now that generation is extinct, but during her generation, it was the norm, right? To do the things that she done for her family and many other families. But now that generation and those things have passed away along with that generation, right? Tell me, what person, possessed so much help to you, but now that they're gone, you feel lost. Right? You feel lost and don't know how to do anything because you didn't take the time to learn. Instead, you only benefited, but now those benefits has expired or exhausted, and now you're left, to live the best that you know how to live without that prior wisdom, or without that prior generation, or without that prior person, or without your grandma or your granddad, without those people who taught you so you would know how to survive when you get to this very point in life. So for this weekend, I want you to take the time and ask yourself, did you try to learn those things that you saw, your grandma doing? Or, did you try, to ask her to teach you so you would be able to survive in this era we're in right now? Because remember, it's coming to the part now, only the strong is going to be able to survive. And if you ain't equipped with knowledge, you're just going to be a follower. And a dumbed down follower who is going to be controlled by others in power because you don't have no knowledge, no wisdom, no education. You don't know how to cook or clean or do anything because you didn't take the time to learn from that generation or that person, who was showing you how to live when they was alive. You didn't take the time to learn. So now, how are you caring for all your trials and tribulations, right? How are you figuring out how to walk through this world, right? So for this weekend, I want you to ask yourself, now that that person is gone, who are you learning from now? And what can you do so that don't happen for the following generation, right? So that means maybe you need to get some type of mentorship because I mean there are some people like myself who took the time to learn. I'm telling you, at 11 I asked my grandmother to teach me. I seen how my grandfather loved her. I seen it, but you know what I mean. I seen things she was doing. I was like, okay, man, I can repeat that, in which I am, But I took the time and I sat down and I asked my grandmother to teach me. And she had no problem with teaching me. So just ask somebody to teach you. Watch them learn, right? But then now they done showed you all this during their lifespan. Now they die. You didn't take the time to learn, so you super stupid. And now you out here struggling, depressed, and strived out, trauma because you don't know how to survive because you want to do everything but learn when that generation was about. So now that generation gone and you didn't learn nothing, how are you going through your trials and tribulation? And how are you going to teach your child, right, to survive in the next generation? So again, for this weekend, I want you to ask yourself, now that person who taught you, that generation that taught you how to survive, right, before we came to this day, is gone, and you didn't take the time to learn, how are you going to help yourself throughout all these trials and tribulations that's about to take place? And also ask yourself, how are you going to teach your child or the next generation, so they don't suffer like you're going to suffer? Okay? So again, you guys, in Job chapter 12, verse 2, KJV version reads as follows. No doubt, but ye are the people and wisdom should die with you. Yes, all of our knowledge, wisdom, practicability, recipes, mentorship, advice, love, compassion, sincerity, help. Yes, all of that help dies with that generation or that person when they leave. And then when they die, and because you didn't take the time to learn, you just here. Now, you striving through a suffering life, right? You striving through a difficult life. You striving through a complex life because you didn't take the time to educate yourself from that generation or that person who was alive who could have taught you. But you didn't want to learn because you already thought you knew everything. You already thought you was grown, but did not take the time to think when this very day right here, where we at right now, came, how was you going to survive? And this wilderness that's about to take place, because there's going to be some great wilderness going to take place, okay? Great trials and tribulations going to take place. And if you didn't take the time to listen to that past generation or your grandma or somebody who knew, what was going to come because of how the people became and how times is going to change, tell me, how are you going to help yourself, right? And how are you going to help your child or the next generation so they don't suffer the way that you're going to suffer, right? Because right now, on the strong survive. And because you thought you knew everything and you didn't take the advice from that generation or your grandma or your ancestors or you knew everything, now you crying, hurting for certain, doing everything. Oh, I miss them so much. I love you. And then you really crying because I bet you was the very person that done them wrong when they was alive. And because you done them wrong and you didn't do right by them, and now they gone, now you the hardest one breaking down, right? But those who did take the time to learn and did do right by them, they ain't crying 24/7. They move forward in life because they know when life becomes death, right? And we're not here all that life, so we know we done right by them, right? And we learn from them. No, we're not going to be breaking down. We're going to cry and we're going to mourn for a minute, but life goes on. We're not distraught. We're not suffering. But what we have done is took from them and applied to our own life so we can move forward the same way they move forward, right? But because you didn't take the time, because you thought you knew everything, you was too grown, you want to be disrespectful and they want to do right by them. Now they're dead and you're crying and sobbing and sadness and mourning and worry because you didn't do right by them. You didn't take the time to learn by them. Now you and your next generation are going to suffer unless you fix it. So for this weekend, I want you to take the time, right, to just think, and admit to yourself, okay, you had the chance and opportunity to learn when your grandma or that generation was alive, but because you didn't allow them or you didn't ask them to teach you, now you here, you trying to get help from everybody else, don't know which way to turn, what way to go, and now you probably got a child, you don't know how to teach them because you ain't got no advice. You didn't take the time to learn that advice. You want to go learn from everybody else. Now that you got that baby and you're stuck out here, you ain't got nothing to do because you don't know which way to go because you didn't take the time to learn. So, but now you got the opportunity. Right now, I'm teaching you, so take the time to learn. And go get a mentor. Go get somebody who's willing to teach you, because we still got people out there, some like me, and some other people. There are people out there that are willing to teach you if you are willing to learn, if you are willing to focus, if you are willing to get your mind out of the dumpster, if you are willing to endure. We're willing to help. So again, anyway, the sad part is when a person dies, all of their knowledge, wisdom, practicability, recipes, mentorship, advice, love, compassion, sincerity, help. Yes, all of their help dies along with them. And now because others never took the time to learn all of their wisdom when they had a chance to, now only mourn, thinking about everything they missed about that generation or person, because there ain't really no one else to replace that generation or person or help them like that person or generation helped them when they were alive, right? Job chapter 12 verse 2, KJV version reads as follows: no doubt, but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. We are the people, and all of our wisdom will die with us. So learn from that person of wisdom, right? And I'll say, also I want to read verse 3, from Job, from 12 to, because 2 and 3. Now, verse 3 said, but I have an understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you. Yeah, who knoweth not such as these things? The generation wasn't inferior to you. No one was inferior to you. No one, a past generation after people taught you, they was not inferior to you. They were trying to teach you. See, right? So now they kind of like may feel inferior to you now because they died and you don't know nothing. But we got all the opportunity. And those generations to come, and those people that's watching right now, you got all the opportunity, right? No one is inferior to you, right? Know these such things, but also know and no doubt, but ye are the people, and which should die with you, right? And also, I'll put right here. You see, my grandma generation is almost extinct, right? And during her generation, yes, we had all these learners and teachers, and of course, it was the norm to do the things that she done for her and her family, during that generation. But now, because her generation has passed, the things she done has passed away along with her generation, right? And now that my grandma gone, your grandma gone, and our other ancestors, right? Tell me what person possessed so much help to you, but now that they're gone, you feel lost and don't know how to do anything. You don't know how to cook. You don't know how to clean. You don't know how to love. You don't know how to move forward. You don't know how to take care of your child, right? You don't know how to glide through life, in a smooth transition, right? You don't know how to do none of this because you didn't take the time to learn. Instead, you only benefited, from what your ancestors did, what they was doing for you, right? Instead of learn. And now that they're exhausted, right, or expired, you're left to live the best life that you know how to live without that prior wisdom. So again, for this weekend, I want you to ask yourself, right? What are you going to do now, right? Ask yourself that, did you take the time to learn all that knowledge and wisdom from your ancestors, from that previous generation, right? And if you did take the time, because you didn't take the time, how are you taking care of yourself through all your trials and tribulation? And also, right, if you're having a child or for the next generation, how are you going to teach them so that generation or your child don't suffer? Ask yourself that, because it's up to you. Because life is what you make it. Life is what you make it. Life is what you make it. You are the savior of your life. Now the Father will come in and help you if you invite him, but you are the savior of your life, because hell and heaven is on earth temporarily right now, while we, our flesh, here mortality and our probation. So remember, during our flesh, here mortality and our probation, we are our savior. Life is what we make it. We make our bed, we lay in it. We are our savior. It's up to us to learn, do, work, fight, be successful, but let the Father lead you. Happy Friday. I love you guys. Peace. Bye now.